Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about a football movie where the... come on, it's not just another sports movie. Hey! Anyways, I'm doing a review of the movie The Blind Side. The director of this picture is John Lee Hancock, who also did another true sports story you all might recognize. The movie is based on the real-life events surrounding NFL offensive lineman Michael Oher. Well, actually, it's a story about both Michael, or Big Mike as he's known by some people, and a woman named Leah. Big Mike lands at a Christian school because of a foster parent that soon abandons him, and he suffers, having no home, barely any food, horrible grades, a lack of friends, etc. Through a sequence of events, Leah ends up taking the boy into her home, and with the cooperation of her family, helps him to come out of his shell. She changes his life and he changes hers, but not without a huge dose of problems along the way. Sandra Bullock does a great job in this movie as Leah. This is probably the best acting I've ever seen her do in a movie. Ever. And Quentin Aaron is good as Big Mike, and this is especially seen in those many scenes where he doesn't get to talk, and instead has to express his emotions through his face or his body language. This isn't an ordinary football movie. Yes, there are football games, and yes, there's even gameplays being discussed here and there, but the football seems to serve as a way to advance the storyline, and seems to be in the backdrop of what's really interesting in this movie, which is the comedy and drama. The comedy is hilarious and the drama is compelling. You do have things like montages, but even those have a good reason for being here. Instead of just showing Big Mike getting better at something, they also have a good amount of character development, as well as some good comedy. All in all, this movie mostly avoids what most cliche sports movies do. Now, I said mostly. This movie does have a few cliches. There's like this one scene with the jerk football player on the other team, and a racist redneck who's like the biggest trash talker in the whole crowd. Okay. And the racist redneck happens to be the father of the jerk football player? There's also a bad gangster who's completely stereotypical. Now, all these people aren't in the movie much, but there's no reason to portray them as one-dimensional. I mean, you could argue that they're there to move the story along. You could also argue that what these people are saying is what they said in real life as well. You know, seeing how as this is based on a real story. But when bad guys are just bad guys just because, I feel like it somewhat cheapens the movie. You might as well draw some long mustaches on these guys and have them say something along the lines of But keeping that in mind, I'd like to point out that this story has touched on ideas I've never seen done before. For example, Sandra Bullock's character just takes Big Mike into her home, and the thing is, she just doesn't know why she did it. It makes sense that she would be confused. I mean, there's so many helpless kids out there, and she chooses to help this particular one. But looking back at this film, I totally get it. I mean, think about it from the perspective of your own life. You've probably done something in your life where you don't understand why you did it, but it felt right. And it's like your instincts told you to do it without explaining exactly why. And you can't explain your reasons to people, but you know you've done the right thing. This is a movie I'd recommend everyone watch. It shows how much the situation someone is raised in can alter their state of mind and their style of life. It left me wondering just how close Mike could have been to having nothing, and because of that thinking, I came to understand just how many people don't get the opportunity for greatness, and how, if only given the chance and love, so many can rise out of their situations. I think that's an idea everyone can connect to, and with good old storytelling here, I think that's one everyone can enjoy as well. Well, until next time, I'm Ahmad Khan, and I should really review a bad movie or something so you guys don't think I'm easily pleased. Just kidding. Back to you, Phil.